Hi guys, I got everything laid out here to glue up. I've done about 50 test runs on all this stuff. Make sure I can place it and it lays nice and flat. I'm going to try and glue this up together on camera here. We'll see how that goes. If you see the camera jiggle and shake and all of a sudden you got a great view of the ceiling, it's because I knocked it out of the way to get this done right. So, like I said, I've fitted everything. Most of you doing ducts are going to run into just the two bolsters on the end. And the way I place those after the fitting is I have a little finish nail in there, which just fell out. But like I showed you when I prepped these or fitted them, the back is critical in that if you get it perfect, if you push it when it's down and you push it forward, everything should line up automatically. The other thing before gluing is make sure you don't have any little ends sticking up. I rub my fingers over the points. I use this leather, one of my sanding blocks that has the smooth side on it, and you can just push down and roll it. Make sure that, you know, if I have one really sticking up, I'll say like, say like the tip of this was sticking up. I'll take it over like that. I got this little pick again, dental pick, and because the rubber is soft, I can push down on it right there. I'm not going to because I got it perfect now, but I can push down on it right there and it will make it bend up. Push down on it too much, you got a dent, and then you got to fix that. So it's just enough to bring it over if it's sticking up so that it doesn't catch when you rub your finger across it. Everything's sitting really flat, matching up at the edges, beautiful, fits in there just nice. So it's ready to glue. Put my finish nail back in there because when the glue is done you want to make sure the hole lines up. I've perfected this glue method, and I say perfected, and got it as close to perfect as I can get it. I use one of these Rockler glue brush. It's actually silicone, got a bunch of little soft fingers on the end of it, and it's got a round blunt end that I hardly ever use. But it combs the stuff on there pretty good without catching anything, and gives a nice smooth, you know, if you use like a hairbrush or something, when you go over those edges you're going to have a big drop coming out the other side, which is a real pain to clean up later. So I've got my little pin block. I usually set pins with this upside down and clean. I'm going to put some glue on that for dipping my brush into, and I'm going to brush it on the back of that little guy and stick it on there, and we'll just see how it goes. I was very hesitant about doing this on camera because it's nerve-wracking enough as it is. But what the heck, you know? If you guys can see how hard or easy you think this really is, it's worth it. If I have to make a major mistake because I'm yakking and not concentrating on what I'm doing, well, I'll just have to make another pair of scales. So you see, I'm just trying to make sure that you got a nice even coat of this everywhere, especially on the ends. And because it dries so fast, you don't have a lot of time. I can feel it sticking to my fingers already. I like to keep it moving, nice even, all the tips covered. Come down on the pin with the bottom part, drop her in there, hold it down, keep your fingers moving around so you don't get stuck to it yourself. Oh, and it's not sticking. Why is it not sticking? So I took too long to put the glue on and it already dried up. See what happens dare I say I can put more on. Okay, we're going to try this a little different. We got to go faster. Describing is not good. Now I've cleaned these all off, so there shouldn't be anything on there that's keeping it from sticking, like rubbing compound and what have you. And maybe we'll just get this ready to flop. This might be a mistake. I don't know. I've never had this. And I'm going to risk globs of glue. Got a little dirty action going on there. I don't know what that's about. Flip her around. Try it again. Get off my finger. Okay, it's pushing down and sticking to my finger, so I think it's going to stick this time. God, look at that. Touching the scales. That's going to be a pain to clean up. Come in with the rubber thing to hold it down instead of my finger. Oh, I made a mess of that. It's going to require a little bit of cleanup. It's feeling like it's sticking now. That's a good thing. You don't see anything springy. I think we got it. I'm pretty sure we got it. And there he is. But look at the mess I got to clean up. I don't normally get that much all over the place. No loose spots, no grabbing ends. Now once this is set up real good, I'll come back with this one's not so smooth, so I might use another one, and roll all these down. Any little burrs and stuff that might be on the ends of that metal, roll them down and away. This is because when I come in to do the final polish, I don't want to grab a hold of anything. I was going to say, might even do some sanding on it with some 1000 or something, but it feels pretty good. Looks like I could have shoved it on there a little bit more, but nope, it's tight along the seams. Okay, so let's see, what's that? Looks like it's sticking up there a little bit. Okay, it is. So let me show you the fix for that. Where's my X-Acto knife? And where's that glue? Oh, that's not very clean. So if you do have any spots sticking up, which I'm really not happy with here now, and I wasn't prepared for that. I want this X-Acto knife blade really clean. It's got some glue on it from the other one I did yesterday. Okay, so can I get the blade under there? Yes, I can. Not much, but I can. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue on this thing. Not over, in case it spills. Come on, just want to drop. Drop, drop, drop. That's an awful lot. Alright, I'm going to get up there and try. It should only be on one side of the blade, but I'm going to try and get up there and get some in there. Let's see how far I got the blade up in there, if we got any glue on it. Roll it down with this and hold it. Must have been bent up a little bit, probably from me handling it and trying it on about 60 times. Sorry about that, getting over a cold. That's better, that did it. Yep, there's nothing hanging out anywhere else. Okay, aside from the mess, that's it. Now, I've discovered, I did an open field, what I call open field inlay yesterday on the satin edge, which I'm going to pin today, and you'll all see that pretty soon. I don't know if you guys have ever seen one of these, but this one had a lot of glue around the S, over the N, big glob, and quite by accident, I grabbed this detail prep tool, which somebody pointed out to me on the forum, and what it is like a little pin, and it's got fiberglass comes out, and I just started trying to scrape the glue off with it, and it acted like sandpaper, really fine sandpaper, and I got it all off. I was like, wow, that's really cool, and it's also good for cleaning all the details out here. It does a little bit of polishing. I used it quite a bit on the back sides of these. You know, you can twist it so it cleans without doing any bending or anything. You can stick it out more, and it's less pressure when you do that because it kind of mushrooms out a little bit. I've used acetone on it. Semichrome polish, just dip it in there and go to town. It's kind of like a super Q-tip. Little fiberglass things. If you don't have one, get one. It'll save you a lot of trouble. Okay, so that's where we're at on that. I don't think I'm going to extend this video out too much longer. Maybe I'll go ahead and throw this one on there while you guys are watching. Or should I do the open field transfer? Let's see. These are really tricky. I got a picture up there I'm watching. It goes right there. So I try and glue this and then hover above. Set it down, put my finger on it and hold it down. As you can see, that one would have come out pretty good. The same thing with this, so I've already gone over it and got this shaped up really good, because these letters, I found out when you start buffing, will grab and fold over in a heartbeat, and we don't want that. And this particular transfer will probably get more of this treatment than any power buffing. Like I said, you can see it cleans up just that little bit. Okay, let's go ahead and stick it on there while you guys are watching. Time is nothing, right? If my glue hasn't dried out. These are very needle nose tweezers here. And I try and hold this and get it to the edge. Do a little wiping. And try and hold this where it's going to go. That looks pretty good. Okay, now it's time for the glue thing. What to do? I don't want that much glue over these letters. But I don't want to miss any spots either. Piece of fuzz in there. Great. Okay, that's it. No time left. Grab the fuzz. Hover. And plop it down and see what happens. What happens is my fingers start sticking to it immediately. The leather seems to be a little more forgiving on that, and I'm going to have to cut my finger off this thing. Look at the mess I made again. It's a little close to the edge there, but it don't look too bad. Got some little snags I'm gonna have to be careful with till I get them buffed down. Not too bad. It's a little bit lower there than I wanted it to go, but it works. You can see where that's what happened is it slid down when I put it on, put my finger on it, it slid down this way. But still not bad. As long as it stays on the scales and doesn't hang over the edge, I'm good. I'm good with it. It's not worth ripping off and trying again. I don't think. I don't know. If it bugs me enough, maybe I'll try that later too, but you won't see that part. Okay, that's as far as I'm going with the video. We did an open field transfer, although it didn't come out perfect. I think it came out pretty good. I've got a lot of cleanup to do, but I'm going to wait for this glue to set up real good before I do that. It seems to come off easier that way, and I don't have to worry about peeling the brass back off. So we've gone above and beyond a regular, say, satin edge or gold edge restore. What you'd have to go through is just the ends, and you saw that was pretty easy as long as you get the glue, get it on there before the glue sets up. We did an open field transfer, what I call open field transfer, because you got no lines to go by, and the look of the drop. So on this face I have two more. I got that one and the other end, and like I said, we're not going to make a 45-minute movie here. Maybe if I concentrate a little bit more on what I'm doing, I can set the rest of these without making too much of a mess, which we'll clean up, as you'll see in the finished product pictures. And I showed you the tools. This one right here I could probably just get out with 1000 paper. I'll try and do that as much as I can, because it kind of helps round these corners off a little bit too, so it feels a little smoother. But it's not bad at all. I got nothing grabbing my finger. And that's all for today, don't you think? And thanks for watching. I don't think I'm going to be doing any videos on me pinning the thing up. You guys know how to do that. I think I've pretty much described everything. My method of going through this hair raising experience. And if you have any questions or need any details that I haven't covered, just drop me a line, PM, or drop it in the forum thread. I watch it for a while, but it disappears rather quickly. So thanks for watching, and such is the life of a lifetime reaper in my hands. We'll talk to you later.